What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Charlie Black again, coming at you with Reparations in the Negro, the Education Series, Part 2. Last time I left off talking about how students with the potential, not saying that not all students have potential, but what I am saying is there are those select students who are very, very, how can I say this? Fragile in a sense, meaning that if they are handled correctly, they can propel further than anyone that they come in contact with. But if they are not given the right tools and surrounded by the right people, they can break just as easily, if not handled properly. You get what I'm saying? There are some people who will do well regardless of what circumstances they are. They would do better if they were surrounded by better people, but they will do well in any event, in any circumstance that they're in. There are those who are right on the brink. And those kinds of people need special attention. And the attention that they need has to come from home. I believe that education is an individual responsibility as it is a mutual responsibility. I'm a firm believer in it takes a community to raise a child. And that's not just the parents. It's not just the adults that child is around. It's the friends. It's anyone. It's the people in the media. It's everyone out there. And I think that is completely crucial. But we need to do this by having the proper team behind these kids, parents included. Parents have to have that initiation where they actually can talk to the kids and talk to the parents. Talk to the teachers about any issues that they may be having or seeing in the child when they go to school, when they learn a certain topic. Parents also have to have more of an opportunity to get up and learn. I've seen so many programs slashed for adult education, and I think that a lot of parents, especially when I talk to some black parents who have not received their high school diplomas, are discouraged to go back because they don't want to have that feeling of failure again. And if a child sees that their parent, who may not have had the opportunity before they were born to attain that high school diploma, if a child sees that their parent is going back and getting that education, it's symbolic. And instead of slashing the funding for these programs, I think as part of reparations, there should be more money injected so that people can get this education that they want. There are certain people that are too embarrassed because time has passed and they don't feel like stepping into the school scene again. They feel like they are alone, one in a million, and they're really, really not. There are so many people out there like them. You just give them the right opportunity and tools, they would be doing the same thing. Adult education has to expand because there are a lot of people out there who are adults who cannot read. The dyslexia is a huge issue for the United States of America. People out there who don't even have a GED. It's a huge issue out there, especially when 1 out of 2 black men are not graduating from high school. That runs into a bigger issue because these are going to be future fathers of children who are going to go through the academic system. And if they don't succeed in those institutions, what are we going to fall back on? There has to be also, like I said, beefed up security. Security is number one. When you're at elementary school, you have the yard duty. The yard duty goes around, makes sure the kids are doing what they need to do. They're the adult figure. Kids usually respect them. Run into instances where they don't. That's understandable. Some kids are just, there has to be a bad apple somewhere. But when you get older, more security and more serious security. I'd like to think that, schools are kind of like communities in the sense that they give you exactly what you need, provide you with a good learning environment. But I don't like to see when campus security is out there smoking weed with the children, committing offenses with the children. And I know this to be true. Even at a school that I attended, they don't have that line of respect from campus security to student. Campus security should not be your best friend. It should be someone you feel comfortable going to if you have an issue, but should not be your best friend. And I think that's where the line needs to be drawn. I've also talked about talent because the focus of a lot of the issues that we have now is passing tests and passing your STAR testing, passing your PSATs and your SATs and your ACTs. This is all fine. High school exit exams, those are all things that are fine. But a lot of these children out here, especially in lower income areas, are not planning on pursuing higher education after high school. in the form of a 4-year university and then on. What they're doing is they're going to vocational schools. Nothing wrong with that. There have to be plumbers. There have to be people who do, medical assisting and things of that nature, who don't want to go the 4-year route. They want to go to a vocational school, learn whatever, I guess, form of work that they want to pursue, and then work from there. There has to be these people. We need them out there. With that said, give these people the right avenues for success. These people need to be focused on what they're going to do after high school, and people need to make it more serious. So cut back on all these dances and school activities if the kids are not passing. Stop focusing on sports. I know a lot of schools, and I was just looking at the top 100 high school football teams in the United States of America. I know one school in particular that I'm very familiar with. Some of my family members attended that school. It's pretty high up on the top 100 list. And the saddest part about it is this school is horrible. You walk inside that school and you feel like you are in a haunted house. There are not enough tools for these children out there. But you can make the top 100 football list. That school's only known for football. The kids aren't learning a damn thing. Gangs infest that school. And who does what about it? There are different components, the neighborhoods do contribute to a child's learning environment. Access to all these things contribute to a child's learning environment. But there are steps that we can take necessary to get people ahead. If kids are going to go to the mall after school, have somewhere inside the mall that's like a community center where you can go print out your resume for a job. Go finish your homework for the next day at school. Because sometimes kids' computers break. And so they come in, school starts at 7, they're in the computer lab at 6, piled up together, trying to finish a paper, type it, because that's what teachers want. They're trying to spend as much time at school as they can when they have to take the bus system, or the parents will only be able to give them a ride at a certain time. So they really have to balance all their schoolwork. They don't have the tools necessary. If they're going to be in the mall, hanging around, at least let them get some work done. Go online, do your homework. Provide these tools so that people can search for jobs and things while they're there. Counselors need to focus on careers. Not just have them take a career survey and try to figure out what career field they're compatible with based on whatever answers they have to questions. Sit down and ask these kids individually, what's going on, what do you want to be, and why? Ask someone. Have a one-on-one conversation. Because it's amazing when you have those one-on-one conversations with kids who on the outside may seem like they have no interest in education, but when you sit down and actually talk to them and have it be you and them and it's personal, they can tell you a lot of their dreams. Pry into that. Better staff, I think, would be a sea change in the way that school systems function and structure, but it would also be a sea change in the way that people feel, the mentality about schooling. It doesn't get very real. We're too focused on tests and not enough on the students and the teachers, the people that are the backbone of academia. That's what I think. But let me know what you think. This should be less than 10 minutes. I hope so. If not, I'll probably have to redo it. If not, then obviously you're watching it now and it made it. So stay tuned. Have more to talk about. Keep watching.